Okay, now I'm looking around the room and I'm seeing a lot of answers for problem A as -6. So I'm gonna come up here. I think this was Alexander, Sophia, and Peyton.
This is a great.
Why did you decide to divide by 4 to both sides? And so why did Alexander suggest that? Okay, and so what is in between the 4 and the A? Well, there's nothing. What operation? Multiplication. So what Alexander did is he said, okay, I'm going to take this multiplication and I'm going to use division to help me undo it. So I want you to write, first of all, that multiplication and division are inverse operations, okay? Which, those of you who successfully got some answers, this is what you used to do it, okay? Just like yesterday, if we had addition, we used subtraction to undo it. If we have multiplication, we're going to use division to undo it. So I want you to look at problem number 7 at the bottom of that page. No way. What is that?
The same one.
That's a problem you all did. Okay. And what Alexander said is that, so anytime in algebra, if there's a number in front of your variable, we don't see the multiplication sign, but we know it's there. So 4 and A are tied together using multiplication. So in order to undo our multiplication, it looks like Alexander, group number 2, group number 3, group number 4, 5, 6, and 7. It looks like you all decided to divide both sides by that 4 to cancel it out to get A equals -6. Why is it a negative? Because 25 is a negative.
That's just 25.
Yeah. I said 24. I think you all have a hearing problem. I made a mistake.
You said that blue, that purple card was blue, but it's purple.
Okay, at the top of the next page, look at number 9. We'll come back to it.
Oh, we just did it.
Jaden, does this one look familiar?
No.
You didn't?
Ian did it.
Oh, well,
I mean, she did. She did do it for you.
so who was group number 2? Okay. Reagan, what did you do to both sides? And why did you decide to multiply by 5? She even used the word, guys. Multiplication is the inverse operation of division. So just so you know, this little fraction bar right here, that means division. Okay, so in this problem, we need to undo division. And like Reagan said, in order to undo division, we need to use the inverse operation, which is multiplication. So if we multiply both sides by 5, the times 5 and divide 5 cancel each other out, and we have n equals 45. What I'm gonna have you do, because you all are rock stars, I want you to do number 8 and number 10 right now. No, it's not the homework. Look at this.
homework's been shut.
Emma,
Yeah, just.
you did. This is true. Okay, I want you to work on number 8 and number 10. We are on page 4 and 5. We are not on page 7 yet. Now, I will allow calculators to be used. So this is what I'm gonna say. Everyone take a time out. If your table decides that they need calculators during a class period, one person grabs a tub of calculators. They all have to be put back and returned before the bell rings.
My mama told me that. Hey, you took the wrong one. I don't know. You took the wrong one.
Nobody is assigned a certain tub of calculators.
I thought it was color. Otherwise. Does not make sense though.
I mean, that would be cool, but I don't think I have the same colors.
You do?
I do? I don't think, do I have a purple?
Yeah.
You wanna buy me new calculators if you're gonna throw them around the room like that, Kaden?
I didn't throw them. I tried to grab them and then he pulled them away.
It was like in the middle and then he was trying to grab one and I was trying to grab it and then it like just got out. Yes. Actually, you can throw it.
Okay, so on this one, what did we do to both sides? Right? Okay, so what do we need to do with right here? Negative. Yeah.
Is he that like that was the guy?
Bro, what?
Hey, wait, I'm so mad. What?
What?
Why didn't you put that on the?
Well, with what operation?
I got a number out of it. Bro, what? I'm so. Wow. I'm so.
I realize I can do this on a whole. -8.
I don't think it's negative.
No, not.
You just don't. You have to make it negative 8.
Oh, crap. It's a positive.
All right, here we go. Okay. What operation is in between -7 and P? There's multiplication. So we need to undo multiplication. So Caesar, what do we need to do to both sides? If -7 is being multiplied to P and I want P by itself, how do I undo multiplication? Okay, so we're gonna divide by -7 to both sides. Ash, what's P?
8.
+8?
Yep.
Yep, +8. Okay. Now, remember, you can always check your answers. Our equation is -56 equals -7 times P. If we take P and we replace it with 8, is -7 times 8 equal to -56? Yeah, it is. All right, Austin, you wanna help me with the next one? Okay, so how is -8 tied to R? So we need to undo division. How do we do that? So we need to multiply both sides by -8. So R equals, awesome.
The typo on page 7. I'm not even on page 7.
Yeah, you're a bad liar. Okay, now I want to look at number 11. Reagan, do you have an idea?
4 times 7.
Well, I wouldn't say that we're gonna like replace the K. Okay, so Reagan is saying that this is a variable. And there's not really a number in front of it, which means there's really a 1 in front of it. So this is like -1 times K equals 7. Do you understand how she figured that out?
Yeah.
Okay, if there's not a number in front of your variable, Alexander's going like this. Now you're going like this. It's a 1. It's a 1. He's embarrassed now. Yeah. Oh, I am so sorry. How did you do that? Oh, you should stay on all fours. A good share. Okay. So Madison, what do we need to do to both sides? All right, so we have multiplication. We need to undo our multiplication by dividing by -1. Jacob, what's our answer?
7.
What? Wait, hold on. Whoa. I can't see.
You know what would help? Not talking to Caesar while I'm trying to have a conversation with the whole class. Funny things can wait till later. So we are dividing both sides by -1 so that we can undo this right here. So Jacob, what is 7 divided by -1?
-7.
Wait, how do you know it's multiplication?
How do we what? All right, Austin asked a very good question. How do we know it's multiplication? If there is a number in front of your variable and there's nothing in between, we assume it's multiplication, okay? So same thing happened like right here, right? This 4A, if I erase all this. Well,
But you have to switch it on.
so 4A, there's nothing in between these two, so we know it's multiplication. Okay? Which is why we divided, Peyton. Okay? All right. Let's look at number 12. What operation is this right here? Peyton. Peyton, what operation is this right here? Okay, we need to undo this division. Remember, this little fraction bar means division by multiplying both sides by that number. So we end up getting -12 times -6. Ooh, Alexander is on a roll.
How do you?
Well, okay, so let's answer Austin's question. How do we know if it's a negative or a positive? If we have a negative times a negative, what is our answer? Positive. If our signs are both negative, your product is going to be positive. Okay. Okay, we have 10 minutes and you have 10 problems on page 7. What must I see besides an answer? Work. Show your work. Okay, hold on.